Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this SUSECon 2021 session, Future 1145, SUSE support for non-SUSE distributions. Just to introduce me, I'm product manager at SUSE, responsible for extended support and expanded support, what I present here, and I'm also the contact in the product management for our Chinese colleagues. Before we go into this about non-SUSE distributions, let me explain a little bit about what customers tells us, what is a customer story here. So you may know SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, which is an enterprise distribution. It is a rock-solid way to run your data center. However, the world is not always green. We do see customers using CentOS, not that keen to go to CentOS streams. We do have customers using Red Hat Enterprise Linux well, but some of these customers want to switch to SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. And then there are customers simply looking for getting support by a single vendor because they have a mixed environment, might be even beyond what is listed above. And that brings us to a product we call, in short, expanded support, but the total name is SUSE Linux Enterprise Server with expanded support. So in the box, you get two things. On the one side, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. On the other side, the expanded support piece. Because we have other sessions about SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, I will not go into details about SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, but want to explain what this second part, expanded support, means. So by expanded support, we expand the support we give to SUSE Linux Enterprise Server customers to other Linux OS as well. And that is focused on CentOS on the one side and well-originated systems on the other side. And the goal of this is to help with the transition of these customers decided to move to SUSE Linux Enterprise. Most of these customers we are talking to, which agree to move to SUSE Linux Enterprise, can't do so the day after they want to sign a contract with us. There are still running contracts with another vendor. You have termination, a different contract, and there are subscription terms you have, which gives you a timeline to do some stuff. And for these customers who even want to switch when they have solved these problems or challenges with the contracts, these customers still might not be able to switch from today to tomorrow because simply their data centers are huge and you can't transit a couple of thousand servers in a very short time. You still have to run this in a project which needs some time. By expanded support, we cover these systems still as if this would be a SUSE Linux Enterprise system with the same level of support. And that is possible because we are leveraging the open source model behind of this and make support and maintenance available to these customers. For this, we help customers to simplify the migration from OL and CentOS initiated systems to a green SUSE world. We do so, as said before, by supporting OL and CentOS systems. And we create binary compatibility patches based on the provided open source code and patches available. Like SUSE, the other vendors and the community, of course, publishes patches and makes them available. By this, we allow our customers to get a trusted support, the trusted support which SUSE provides, also provided for CentOS and RHEL-based systems. And by this, we can help you to optimize the cost. By expanded support, it is one vendor which might be able to support multiple systems in your data center. And by reducing the amount of vendors, you reduce the complexity, and reducing complexity always is equal to reducing cost. So you might wonder, what do I get by this? And finally, what you get is support and maintenance for the latest update of a current RHEL release. And we might be able to deliver support for even older releases, non-current update releases, but that depends on the setup you want. So that is something we need a discrete decision to do on. And on the other side, for CentOS, we cover it like a RHEL system. And as you might be aware, there is a strong relation between Red Hat Enterprise Linux and the CentOS community project. And what we give to you is on the same terms like we do with SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. We give you standard and priority support. We give you 1 and 3 year terms as regular deal terms. And we do updates and patches. So be it a regular maintenance update which is available, or be it a hot fix, we deliver whatever is needed to keep your systems running. All of this is targeted on installed systems. It is, by SUSE view, a tool to help you to move over to SUSE Linux Enterprise. And with respect to the supported releases, that is pretty simple. We support the current releases. The latest update is the default, which means currently RHEL 7 and 8 are supported. We also do have customers running older releases of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, like 5 or 6, and we do have an additional offering to them, which is called the long-term service pack support. You might be aware of long-term service pack support by our own SUSE Linux Enterprise Server lifecycle and the options we have. We use the same product setup also for this piece of expanded support. Even with expanded support, you don't have service packs, obviously, but you have update releases. And we do the same on the other side, on the right side, you see it, about the CentOS. And we support CentOS 7.8 latest update, but we also are able to support the CentOS 5 or 6. And you might wonder, what is about CentOS streams? We do not yet have plans to support CentOS streams. The opposite is more true. Customers ask us to switch away from CentOS because of the introduction of CentOS streams, and their needs might not fit as customers believe. In case you want to go in a different community direction, we at SUSE, of course, recommend to migrate to OpenSUSE Leap, which is an OpenSUSE release which has the roots in the enterprise as well and gives you a stable community distribution you might use if you don't need enterprise support and something like that. As already pointed to, expanded support is not the end goal of what we are doing. The goal is to create a win-win situation with you as customers, to get you and win you as a customer. That is a win, of course, for SUSE, and give you something back, and that is SUSE Linux Enterprise Server usually. And we believe in painting the world green, and we believe that SUSE Linux Enterprise Server is really the right thing, the right distribution to move on in the future. So when we look into what is in and what is not in, then with SUSE Linux Enterprise Server with expanded support, you get SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. Pretty simple, straightforward. You also get support for either Red Hat Enterprise Linux or for CentOS. You can manage all of this for SUSE with SUSE Manager. SUSE Manager is a separate product. Of course, it's not included in the expanded support. You have to purchase this separately. Of course, there are other stuff not included. I already pointed you to CentOS streams, which we don't do. We do all of this on x86, 64, and for the old releases, 32-bit, if still something like this once. And of course, we don't do other stuff of the Red Hat offerings by the expanded support. Expanded support is targeted on the operating system level. We don't do other distributions like Ubuntu or something like that. Yeah, it is clearly focused on CentOS and RHEL and CentOS alike. And there might be other offerings like Red Hat Enterprise Linux for SAP, where we don't give you expanded support for, but of course, as you might know, SUSE is a good partner to SAP, and SAP fits perfectly well, and SUSE Linux Enterprise Server and on SUSE Linux Enterprise Server for SAP. And that's it already. Let's give it a wrap up. And so SUSE Linux Enterprise Server with expanded support gives you support for non-SUSE distributions. With the latest update release, on the latest release, but also on older releases if needed for Red Hat Enterprise Linux originated systems and for CentOS systems. We do support the latest update release. And by style, we do it similar to SLES. You get maintenance and L3 support. We do regular proactive support, as said, like we do with SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. And like we do with SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, for long-term service pack support, we give our customers, we give to you reactive support to keep the system stable and do changes only when changes is needed. SUSE is open, of course. So if you have a different need, if you have a different setup, a different operating system, then please talk to a SUSE representative and let's have a discussion about this. As long as the stuff you are running is based on CentOS and it's public, it's open source, we may be able to help you to get a supported status and help you to run your data center. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.